Hi everyone, this is Melinda from MTZ Crew Designs. Welcome back to another tutorial from the Paint Couture creative team. Today I have a quick video to show you how I created this fun kitchen wall art with the help of Paint Couture paint and iFlex wood products. If you're interested to know how I did this, just stick around for a few minutes and I'll show you. Okay, let's get started. iFlex Wood Products has this amazing wooden floral tray already prepped and ready for any DIY craft project. This tray has a variety of uses, but I noticed when I turned it sideways, I immediately thought of a perfect pairing for some new kitchen art. So I'll be using it with this vintage flatware silicone mold and this gold gilded decoupage paper from AB Studios to bring my shabby chic wall decor vision together. So the first thing I'm going to do is begin working with rapid casting resin from Paint Couture's Capital Crafts line. I'm going to use the white version of this rapid casting resin, and I start by mixing the two-part system in order to pour the mixture into the mold. When step 1 is mixed equally with step 2 at a ratio by weight or volume, you can create beautiful castings for any project. I do recommend wearing gloves for this process because sometimes it can get a bit messy. After pouring the rapid casting resin into the molds, it only takes about 10 minutes for the resin to harden and form the castings. So I'll set these aside while I begin working on the tray. And next I'm gauging how much of the decoupage paper I'll need to trim off. So I'm just using my fingers with the help of an X-Acto knife to trace the edges of where I'll need to trim off the paper. Now, since I'm going to be decoupaging, I'm using Paint Couture's chalk style paint in Simply White to prepare the surface for the decoupage paper. I almost always paint my surface in white when I'm going to use decoupage paper because it will allow for the brightest transparency of the colors in the paper. At this point, I wasn't sure what colors I'd be using for the rest of the tray, but I went ahead and covered the remaining area in Simply White. Now the castings are ready to be removed, and you can tell because they are hard to the touch and they've had plenty of time to cool. To demold your castings, you just give them a push from behind the mold and begin folding the mold backwards, and then you can start to pull them out. And now to decoupage this paper onto the tray, I'm using Paint Couture's Topcoat and Semi-Gloss. I'm just putting a thin layer down and then I'll lay the paper on top. To smooth out any air bubbles, I'm using a ball of plastic wrap. And after I get all of the air bubbles out, then I'll put another thin layer of the top coat on top. Then I'll set that aside to dry. Now all of my castings are ready for paint. I'm using Paint Couture's acrylic mineral paint in the color Abundance. Paint Couture's acrylic mineral paint dries very quickly and it actually has excellent coverage, so I only need one coat of paint on these castings. And now I'm going to set them aside to continue working on the tray. I decided I wanted to use a creamier hue for the white on this tray, so I'm switching to Paint Couture's acrylic mineral paint in the color Angelic. It's just a slight variation of white in a creamier hue. Then I'm going over the flowers with a few different colors. I used Abundance, again, for a little bit of cohesion to coordinate with the castings. Then I used a few other colors from Paint Couture's Luxe Metallic line. I used Lily Pad, Ballet Slipper, and Blush. Here I decided to use some gold gilding waxes to blend in the gold that you can see in the decoupage paper. And I used the same gilding waxes to highlight the flatware castings and along the edges of the tray. And now it's time to glue down my castings. So I'm using Type Bond Quick and Thick wood glue to do that. And here is the finished look. This piece was so much fun to create. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And that wraps it up for today's tutorial. Again, I'm Melinda from MTZ Crew Designs. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If I've inspired you to create with any of Paint Couture's paint products, please feel free to use my affiliate link that'll be located down below, along with a full list of all the products that I used today. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the amazing content that our Paint Couture creative team is putting together for you. Have an awesome day, everyone. Bye.